30-minute habits unlocks 7 life-changing skills in your students. Hi, I'm Vivek Kumar, member of the book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge. What if I told you your students are just one 30-minute habit away from discovering their own potential for leadership, communication, and real emotional intelligence? Imagine a classroom buzzing with engaged, empathetic, and confident students. A room filled not just with academic chatter, but with the energy of genuine personal growth. Imagine your students are not just collecting pieces of puzzles by memorizing facts, but learning how to put the whole puzzle together, transforming day by day into the kind of creative problem solver the world needs. It might sound like a nice dream, but it's much closer than you think. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple year-long program that builds this one habit. And here's the best part. It does it with almost no disruption to your academic calendar. Stay with me because this could be the most important strategy you use all this year. Let's be honest. As educators, we are seeing a quite crisis in our classroom. This isn't about test scores or curriculum standards, at least not directly. It's a crisis of passive learning. We see students who are physically in their seats but mentally somewhere else, scrolling through life without the tools to really engage with the world. Their minds are like marathon runners, being asked to sit on a couch all the day. They were built for more. They can cram facts for an exam but struggle to build a coherent argument or analyze a tricky situation. They might have 1,000 friends online but find it hard to collaborate with the person sitting right next to them, or work through a simple conflict with a bit of empathy. And you know what? This isn't their fault. In a world of constant notification and instant everything, the muscles for deep focus, critical thinking, and emotional self-control are getting weaker. And we, the educators, are left dealing with the fallout. Disengagement, a lack of intellectual curiosity, and a growing gap in the soft skill we know are what truly matters for long-term success. It's like we are helping them build incredibly powerful car engines with their academic knowledge, but we are forgetting to install the steering wheels or the brakes. The pressure to fix this lands on our soldiers. But who has the time? Who has the resources to add another huge initiative to a plate that's already overflowing? We feel that weight, knowing that if we don't address these gaps, our students will walk into the college and their careers unprepared for what's ahead. It can feel like an impossible task. But what if the answer wasn't some massive, time-draining overwhelm? What if it was a small, consistent, and powerful daily practice? The solution is a habit, specifically a structured daily reading habit that takes just 20 to 30 minutes. I'm talking about the book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge. This is a year-long program I developed after working with the students and professionals for over 20 years. The idea is incredibly simple, but the effect is profound. Participants commit to reading one powerful self-help book every week for 52 weeks. Now, a book a week is the goal, but the program is flexible. The real win is building the consistent habit. It's not just about reading more, it's about reading with purpose. The whole challenge is built on a framework that helps turn passive readers into active, usable wisdoms. This habit works because it taps into the power of compounding. A 30-minute daily investment feels small, but it's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts teeny, but over a year, it gathers mass and momentum. building a foundation of knowledge and discipline that is truly life-changing. And it's designed to be incredibly easy to implement. We provide the structure, the curated books list, the weekly prompts, and the progress tracking tools. You, the educator, just get to facilitate the journey. It's like being given a pre-built high-performance engine that you can drop into right into your car rather than having to build one from scratch. This isn't about adding more work to your plate. It's about giving you a trunky system that develops the very skill you have been trying to cultivate all alone. Now let's talk about the 7 life-changing skills. So how does this one habit create such a huge impact? It works by systematically developing 7 core skills. Let's break them down. The skill 1 is habit formation. First thing first, the most foundational skill this challenge builds is the ability to build good habits. Before students can master their time or their mindset, they have to master consistency. By committing to read for just 30 minutes a day, they are training their brain to follow through. This simple practice becomes a keystone habit. Think of it like the first domino in a long line. Once it falls, it triggers a chain reaction that makes it easier to build other positive behaviors in their schoolwork and their life. They learn discipline not through force, but through small daily wins. They aren't just learning from books. They are becoming the kind of person who learns and grows consistently. This is the engine for all self-development. The skill 2 that we'll be learning here is the mindset. The program is designed to start with books on habits and then move right into mindset. Students are immersed in the work of world-class authors who explains the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset. They learn that their intelligence isn't a fixed strat like a status carved in stone, but is more like muscles that can be developed with effort. Suddenly, a tough math problem isn't a final judgment on their ability, but a chance to get stronger. For example, after reading about resilience, a student who once would have given up after a bad grade on an essay starts to see it as a feedback. They ask for help, they revise their work, and they try again because they are starting to believe that effort is what really leads to success. The third skill here is the productivity and time management. One of the questions the students ask here is, how am I supposed to find the time to read 52 books? And just by answering that, they start learning the third skill, time management. To build this 30-minute habit, they have to look at their schedule and find those pockets of wasted time. It's like finding loose change in the coach cushion of their day. The program then doubles down on this with a whole unit on productivity books. It creates this amazing feedback loop. They manage their time so they can read. And then the books they read teach them to be even better at managing their time. It's a self-fueling cycle where the more they learn, the more capacity they create to learn even more. Imagine a student who always procrastinates. Through this, they learn to block out their time, shut out distractions, and get ahead of their work, which lowers their stress and makes their work that much better. The skill 4 that we'll be talking about here is creativity. Creativity isn't just for artists. It's a vital skill for solving problems in any field. The Read and Write Challenge intentionally exposes students to a huge range of ideas from different authors and fields. This mixing of concepts is the very heart of creativity. It's like being a chef who learns recipes from Italian, Mexicans, and Japanese cuisines. They didn't just cook those dishes. They start combining ingredients and techniques to invent something entirely new. When a student reads about a marketing trick in one book, a psychology principle in another, and a leadership tactic in a third, their brain starts making new connections. For instance, a student working on a history project might get an idea from a book on creative thinking and decide to present their report not as a dry paper but as a compelling first person story, showing a level of insight that makes them stand out. The skill 5 we'll be talking here is emotional intelligence. In an increasingly digital world, the ability to understand and manage your own emotions and to empathize with others is a superpower. The program has the whole 7-week block focused on positive psychology, where students read about empathy, resilience, self-awareness, and happiness. They are given the words and the mental models, like a toolbox for the mind, to understand what they are feeling and why. They learn to see things from other people's point of view. Think about a group project that goes off the rail because of a disagreement. A student with an emotional intelligence doesn't start pointing fingers. Instead, they are able to listen, understand their friends' frustrations, and help find a compromise that gets the team back on the track. They learn to lead with empathy. The skill 6 in this challenge is powerful communication. You can have the greatest idea in the world, but if you can't explain it well, it won't go anywhere. Daily reading is one of the best ways to improve communication skills. By consistently reading well-written sentences, students not just naturally pick up a richer vocabulary and a better sense of how to structure their own thoughts. It's like listening to a great musician every day. After a while, you start intuitively understand rhythm and harmony. But the program takes it a step further. With tools like our action sheets, students are prompted to summarize what they have read and think about how to apply it. This process of reading, thinking, and explaining is a workout for their communication muscles. A one-size student who never wanted to speak in class now has a head full of ideas from their reading. They feel more confident and start raising their hands, sharing their thoughts with a new kind of clarity. The skill 7 that we'll talk about here is authentic leadership. The final theme of this program is leadership. Through the books, students learn that leadership isn't a title or a position of power, like a crown to be owned. It's about influence, taking responsibility, and inspiring others to act. It's more like being a compass that helps the group find its way. They learn that a leader is someone who takes the first step, empowers the people around them, and lives by a clear set of values. The whole year-long journey is a leadership training ground. By taking ownership of their own growth, they practice self-leadership every single day. We see this come to life when a student in the program, without being asked, organizes a study group for their classmates using techniques they read about to help everyone stay motivated. They aren't told to be a leader, they become one because they have built the habit and the confidence to take initiative. Now, you might be thinking that a year-long program sounds like a huge headache to manage. I want to promise you, it's the opposite. The Read and Write Challenge is designed to fit right into your school year with a minimal disruption. The entire program is anchored by just 2 in-person sessions, a high-energy kickoff event to get the students fired up and set the tone for the year, and a final closing ceremony to celebrate their journey, share their stories, and receive their certificates. These sessions act as powerful bookends, but real week-to-week support happens online. Each week, students get simple digital guides with short lessons, reflection questions, and action sheets to guide them. We provide all the curated resources, the book list, short summaries for context, and even a facilitator's guide for your coordinators. Your role isn't to be an administrator, but a mentor. We even have optional dashboards where you can track students' progress, giving you real data and their engagement and growth. These 7 skills that is habit formation, mindset, productivity, creativity, emotional intelligence, communication, and leadership are the foundation of a successful and meaningful life. This 30-minute habit is the catalyst that helps develop them. So if you are a teacher, a school leader, or a university administrator who is ready to stop just talking about the skill gaps and actually start closing it, I want to help you. I have put together a comprehensive guide that details the entire year-long program, including the thematic book list and the implementation framework. It's completely free. Click the link in the description below to download the guide and learn how you can bring the book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge, to your school. The students in your classroom today are the leaders of tomorrow. They have so much potential just waiting to be tapped into. As educators, we have the incredible privilege of handing them the keys. This 30-minute habit isn't just another program. It's an investment in their future as capable human beings. It's a statement that their personal growth is every bit as important as their academic scores. Imagine the culture you could build. A campus-wide culture of reading, growth and lifelong learning. Imagine planting a single seed that grows into a thriving forest. Imagine the stories your students will tell years from now about the year they read 52 books and it changed how they saw themselves and the world. You can be the one to start that change. Thank you for watching. Now let's go and build the next generation of readers, thinkers, and leaders together.